Gotta put the input.
Analog focus. Right. What the fuck? Oh my god. Setting up a default microphone on Windows 5. Yeah, I wasn't unmuting. Basically, fucking Windows updated earlier today, and apparently it reset all the defaults. And fucking apparently the Focusrite is not, which is my preamp, was not like the default. Which I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That's bullshit. Output device. Microphone. Folks, right now. Okay. There we should have it. There we go. Now it's like fucking default. God, fucking be kidding me, man. Analog. Hey, Sun Wizard, the real Utani. What's the deal with all the fake Utanis? That's just clearing that up. Fake Utanis. Oh, you gotta start saving up for a new one. Yeah. Oh, geez. Nice purple. Thank you. I liked it. I was inspired by this shirt I just got. Imposters everywhere, man. Don't it suck? Man. Check me out with my culturally appropriated dreadlocks. That is what they'll say at the Gen X Symposery. The the Gen Z Symposium. Look at that Count Jackula. He's culturally appropriated dreadlocks. He is a bad sort. I don't give a shit. I like dreadlocks, so I'm gonna have them. When I get tired, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are definitely issues with having dreadlocks, especially when you got straight hair. Not the least of which is that it is not a hairstyle that naturally lends itself to straight hair. So you always end up with like some dreadlocks and a bunch of this loose shit. Come to the Zoomer Salon where we fucking figure out who we hate today. I actually don't have. Here's a fucked up thing. I actually don't have two. I don't actually hate all Zoomers, but god damn it, some of the like widespreading tendencies are fucking annoying. You know, just fucking annoying. But I'm starting to wonder whether it's just an age thing because millennials were almost as bad, not quite, but almost as bad. As in terms of like the whole cancel culture thing. And the thing that pisses me off is that, like, when we say cancel culture online, we mean something different. We mean something different than when, like, conservatives say it. Conservatives are like, oh, you got canceled for saying the N word. We're like, what? Well, maybe you shouldn't be saying the N word, especially if you're a white person. There's kind of a history there, and it's not good. Not a good history. Not a good history. Not all. No way. You know. So when people are like, "Oh, you can't say anything anymore," like it's like, "Oh, fuck you," you know, like you're supposed to be. Look, if you're a comedian, you're complaining about things that you're not supposed to say anymore. I'm sorry, but fuck you. You're the one who's supposed to fucking make it clever. You're supposed to be clever about it. You know, you're supposed to be the wizard of language. You know, you're supposed to be weaving the illusion that makes people laugh. So people get mad instead. Well, you kind of failed. You fucking failed. Now, if you can make some people, a lot of people laugh, but some people still get mad, whatever. You know, like kind of whatever. But don't expect those people that fucking hate you to all of a sudden like you. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You know, you can't do that. Cancel for saying the N word. Good. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, maybe you should get canceled over something like that. You know, kids ain't always wrong. You know what I mean? Especially now that so many comedians are like these milk toast white guys. Oh my fucking god! Like every time I run into like a new comedian, I'm like, oh man, get good, scrub. You know, like fucking hell. You know, get good. Hurry up because you're boring everybody. How am I doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, cute little cat girl. Ooh, more stay in the motherfucking time. Oh, jeez, I can't play that. I wish I could. Don't know. Junk love. Ah, oh, oh. I don't wanna lose you, know ya. Yeah, what my junk love. Oh, oh. I know I wanna know ya, know ya. Hey, Jesse. Yeah, Jerome. You wanna make love or what? Da-da-da-da-da. Actually, I really love the color combination, the colors of like the fucking Tommy Lee Jones Two Face. I really love that color combination. I thought it was real cool. You know, I, I think I would have been happier had it been Billy D. You know, but Tommy Lee Jones wasn't a bad choice for the character. But I would have loved to have Billy D have had a fucking another iconic role. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Schumacher movies look good. They look good. Any frame looks good. You know, and to be fair, Forever is not that bad. Ain't that great, but ain't that bad. You know, it's pretty good. It's all right. You know, wasn't as good as the first two. Not at all. Um, I'm actually really surprised at how good Batman Returns is. Like it's almost almost as good as the first one, which is actually really impressive for a sequel. Um, Batman and Robin, it was not the right time for that movie. It was not the right time for that movie. That movie needed, if we wanted to do campy Batman, they had to set us up for it. And I don't think anyone really wanted campy Batman at that point. Yeah, there's a lot in Batman and Robin that is unintentionally funny, despite the fact that it's also intended to be funny. Yeah, I agree. Joe Schumacher gets way too much hate for Batman and Robin. He gets way too much hate for that movie. You know, because that's not even the movie he wanted to do. Yeah, I agree. Batman Returns was the most Burton. It was the most Tim Burton. I think that's actually what makes part of what made it good. Because Tim Burton, when I feel like this is the movie Tim Burton really wanted to make, I feel like that those are his good films. Those are his good films and his best films. Batman, Batman Returns, Ed Wood, even like fucking Mars Attacks to a certain extent. Like now with Mars Attacks, your mileage is gonna vary because you have to be willing to go on the goofy ride it fucking takes you. But I think it's a good movie. Hey, Kira, how you doing? What do I think of a live action Batman Beyond movie? It all depends on how good it is. Like, I think they could do it. I think they could totally do it. I think it could be really good. I don't know if they will do it or if it will be good or if it would be good, but it has the potential to be really excellent. You don't care for the Christopher Nolan Batman movies? I understand. I can understand that. I like the first two. Dark Knight, I think, is the best one of the Nolan ones because that was just a really good movie. I think Batman Rises was the weakest, but yeah, no, I really really like the newer Batman movie, and I hope that they get to make the sequel that they want with fucking Mister Freeze. I don't know if they will, but like I think it would be cool. Yeah, we'll see what they do. Like, I mean, it is entirely possible that I don't know who James Gunn wants to play Batman. Yeah, I'm really interested in that Clayface movie. I mean, I if you're gonna do a villain movie, that's a really interesting one to do. Thoughts on the Spider Verse movies? They're good. Like I think the Spider Verse movies are really good. Yeah, Clayface is definitely going to be part of Gunn's DCU. In fact, I think it's probably going to be. I don't know when it's set, but apparently it's going to be like. I assume it's going to be the same Clayface from Creature Commandos, unless there's more than one Clayface, which there could be. But they'll let us know. They will let us fucking know. Yeah, I'm really hoping that Clayface movie is good because well, I like Clayface and I like James Gunn. So, and I like the idea of doing Clayface as like a Cronenberg-esque body horror movie. Oh, they considered incorporating Pattinson into the DCU, but nobody wanted to play ball. It's too bad. That's too bad. I actually really like that Batman. I thought Pattinson was a great Batman. I really did. Yeah, Fantastic Four looks like it could be. I don't know what that was. Oh man, here's a video that might be interesting for us to watch that we can watch. It's called Gen Z Reacts to Shock Rock. Oh, Reeves didn't want it. Pattinson was open, but only if Reeves did it, and Gunn was too apprehensive. Yeah. Well, yeah. I could see all that. I could see all that, and I can see that all being legit. You know, like kind of like what happened with the Edgar Wright Ant-Man movie. All right, let's see what this is called. Does Gen Z know shock rock? Yeah, see, it could be really good or really bad.
Today we dive deep into the wonderful world of shock rock. Do you know what shock rock is?
What?
I'm shocked.
Are you talking like shock rock?
Like shock rock?
Shock rock? Or are you talking like
something shock factor? You get shocked by it because it's so amazing.
I am talking about the world of Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Guar, Kiss, and more.
Oh, I'm gonna eat this up.
Ooh, is there like surprise factor or something?
whoa?
Is this a bomb in the bag?
That's trippy.
It looks like shrooms.
I'm trying to see who it is.
I like the
Rob
song.
Zombie.
Burn through the witches. The witches are burning.
Right? It's cool though. Like that's so cool.
Oh my god, I'm
I
scared.
like the makeup.
Oh my god, I'm scared. Oh my god, jeez. Okay.
Oh, that was PCH. I can smell the music video, and it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Ow! Oh my god, that was awfully close.
Not her smiling, unfazed.
That sounds more
part.
like metal to me.
The visuals were really cool.
Okay.
Very cool. Unexpected. The
It
song
is a very specific type of metal.
was good.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like
Oh, show them a Cannibal Corpse? Oh, I don't know if they're going to do that. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like they got that one on. That might be a little too much.
there.
It made me feel like I wanted to burn witches. They just literally put the most shocking things you could ever think of, like the throwing knives,
Yeah, for real.
screaming.
Okay, well that is Rob Zombie,
Uh-huh.
and the song is Dragula.
Yes! Rob Zombie!
There you go. He utilizes horror and sci-fi clips in his music, in samples, but also in the music videos. As you see, he was a big B-movie horror lover from like old school B-movies. So it's been described as phantasmagoric.
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard you say.
Again, for me, it's not completely over the top, but it's showing off an art style.
He started his career in a band before being Rob Zombie, the solo artist, when he was in White Zombie a little bit earlier in the 90s, and we're gonna watch that right now.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Oh, I love this. I love this one.
Skeleton handstand, you hear all his monsters.
It's always the X-ray colors. Oh my god!
But do you know the line? Do you know the line
Oh
and
my
why?
god! And the flash.
not the clown.
Right, Halloween.
It's very alternative. Very, let's go to my garage and play right now.
Oh my god, this is my favorite one so far. Oh! Bro, this is hard.
They definitely smoked before this.
So are we fans?
Yes.
I
Okay.
think his solo work definitely outdid the band here.
Okay.
However, I think I liked the melodic progressions that this one had versus like the repetitiveness of the first one.
Okay, that's different. Ooh.
Ooh, the switch.
I hate the word alternative too. I've always hated it. I hated it in the 90s. I hate it today. You know.
Rawr. Looks like the mummy.
There he is.
Yeah, this motherfucker was disturbed.
Oh, that's a look.
I'm more intrigued, if anything. You know, it's very hard to like pinpoint how I feel about the song.
Yeah, it's more like rawr, like creepy, sinister. Woo, woo, woo. I can't understand what he's saying, and if he's putting a curse on me,
I can't understand what he's saying. Just the beautiful people, the beautiful people. That's the
I
lines,
can't be
man.
a part of it.
Yeah, you want to vibe out too.
What?
Woo, woo, woo. I can't understand what he's saying, and if he's putting a curse on me, I can't be a part of it.
Yeah, you want to
Oh,
vibe
Jesus.
out too.
This
Woo, woo. I can't understand what he's saying, and if he's putting a curse on me, I can't be a part of it.
Yeah, you want to vibe out too.
feels like American Horror Story.
It does.
Well, yeah, where do you think they got it from?
This is giving Asylum vibes. This is scary as.
Ooh.
Right?
I
What
like
is that bell in the back? Hold on.
It's like Halloween music with a groove.
It's super shocking.
God, he's a funny looking guy.
Oh, that one was good. Oh, yeah.
It gives me very much like experimenting on people, which is like
Yes.
so scary.
It was creepy.
He wants
It's
to scare
disturbed.
you.
As a
It's
27-year-old,
He
I
wants to scare
apologize
you
for the
more
current
with, like,
generation.
It's disturbed.
Uncomfortable imagery.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Marilyn Manson.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, this is one of the biggest music artists of the 90s and early 2000s, said to have 5 different tones and registers in his voice. And a sound engineer once claimed that once he ingested it into the system, the 5 different wavelengths created a pentagram.
Cute.
That's metal as
Cute.
That's frightening, but I love that.
Yeah?
He's like Nicki Minaj of like rock.
You're not wrong, but you're also not right. I would have gone with the Lady Gaga comparison.
When you get into this kind of music, there's some other.
Okay, now this is Slipknot. See what they fucking do is Slipknot.
this is Slipknot. Yeah.
Oh, they know Slipknot.
Really? This is Slipknot.
Slipknot's crazy. Okay. My favorite is Spike Boy. He has spikes out of his face.
Yeah.
We'll see him again.
Okay.
They look like the coolest people ever. Like, whoa.
Oh my.
The guitarist is doing it for me. Like, oh my.
Yeah.
Oh.
See,
wow.
okay.
See, once they start talking about the devil inside, and that's where I leave the chat.
I was in the Slipknot video
Pussy.
talking about Slipknot. Although some of their songs aren't my favorite, they have some bangers. Oh my god.
So were you in the Slipknot video?
I was. I had a lot of the comments coming for me, but y'all need to understand. I had never seen anything like Slipknot before, okay?
But now you have.
I have, so now I understand the beauty, but I was scared, I was frightened.
Link in the description for us watching Slipknot.
I liked it. I feel like in the beginning with the black coming out of their nose, it kind of reminded me of Billie Eilish in that one music
Oh my
video
god,
of her.
yeah.
It was.
I couldn't get past Devil and I, but you know.
I didn't understand.
I think
the
they're a little
words,
too
but,
dark for
Okay, this next one's gonna be weird, everybody. Next one's gonna be weird. Because we're going back into time with this next one.
me, which is weird because I'll take Marilyn Manson. Slipknot just went a little too direct for me.
Shock rock started way earlier, and probably way earlier than you would imagine. So, trivia question time.
I'm gonna fail.
That is Screamin' Jay Hawkins.
Hell yeah.
And he's often credited as one of the first pioneers of shock rock. The way he performed one specific song helped birth this genre. Which song was it? A, Monkberry Moon Delight. B, I Put a Spell on You. C,
Put
Heart
Spell
Attack
on You.
and Vine. Or D, Little Demon.
The only one I think I know is I put a spell on
Yeah.
Spell on you. Yeah.
Is your mind.
I want it to be I Put a Spell on You. 'Cause
Okay.
I would
That-
love
that
to
is
hear,
it.
Like,
That's
in a
what it is.
raw, villainous,
Okay.
like, rage.
I'm gonna say C. I want to say B, but I'm saying C.
I'm going
Nope.
with B.
You going with
No,
B?
it's I
I'm
Put a
going
Spell
with
on
B.
You.
I put a spell on you.
So I'm gonna go with Monkberry Moon Delight.
Monkberry Moon Delight?
Yes.
No.
Heart Attack and Vine.
Help
Okay.
birth a genre? Yeah, I'm gonna go Monkberry Moon Delight.
No,
Should've
no,
went
no.
with your guts. It was I Put a Spell on You.
Oh, for
we
real?
We got
Yeah.
nervous.
No, I just said I wanted to say B.
Oh my god! It's an iconic song. So
I
I'm
couldn't
excited
copy
to
him. I was
see.
like, I have to choose either A, C, or D.
Dum, 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 dum,
I put a spell on you.
I put a spell on you.
Considering it births a genre, you could definitely see where it comes from. You could definitely see how something that can be construed as controversial could be made into art, and people overall not being okay with it, but
All right, since they're not apparently gonna. So not gonna play it. I'm gonna play part of it. The classic.
A young man on his date.
It's not Burger Show.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do. Watch out! I ain't lying. I can't stand.
No more around.
I can't stand. No, put me down. I put the spell on you because you're mine. Wow, yeah.
So let's get to the really good bit. Oh man, that scream, man. That scream, man. People fucking like freaking out because that smoke bomb.
Stop the things you do. I ain't lying. I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow.
I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours.
Right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine.
There's also His appearance on Arsenio Hall. He came out coughing. It's always so great. Oh, have you ever seen? I believe it's. Hold on, I gotta look it up. I think it's Ghost Train by Jim Jarmusch. Mystery Train. Sorry, it's Mystery Train by Jim Jarmusch. Screaming Jay Hawkins is in that movie as like the hotel owner. It's really good. Oh my God, Wesley Snipes playing Screaming Jay Hawkins in a fucking biopic. That'd be amazing. Whistling Past. Here's the funny thing about Whistling Past the Graveyard. That's actually a Tom Waits song. Tom Waits wrote that. No, Tom Waits did the original. Screaming Jay Hawkins did the cover. I don't know if we're going to review The Day the Clown Cried when it's released. Like we review horror movies, not bad comedies. Yeah, like yeah, for lack of a better way to put it, fucking Tom Waits basically wrote a Screaming Jay Hawkins song. Without, I don't know if he intended to. He might have. But Tom Waits is the original. The Screamin' Jay Hawkins cover of Whistling in the Graveyard comes from a compilation album called Black Music by White People. Yeah. Massa Mulligan got into a fight. Whistling past the graveyard, stepping on a crack. Top of one night jack. You probably see me sleeping. How about a railroad tracks? We're going down to prison darkness. What about all that smoke up from the stack? Sometimes I kill myself a jackal. Yeah, this is the Screaming Jay Hawkins. Oh yeah, it's super good. With an arm full of boxcar on the wings of a magpie across a hooligan night. Busted up a chaperone way out by the Kokomo. Cooked up a mess of mulligan and got into a fight. Whistling past the graveyard, stepping on a crack. I'm a mean mother hubba, Papa One-Eyed Jack. You probably seen me sleeping out by the railroad tracks. Ask the Prince of Darkness about the smoke from the stack. Yeah. The original, like, Whistling Past the Graveyard by Tom Waits was recorded in 1978. The one with Screaming Jay Hawkins was recorded in, I believe, 1990. It was recorded in the early 90s. Now, if you're like, I made the same mistake. Because you hear Screaming Jay Hawkins sing it, and you're like, well, that's a Screaming Jay Hawkins song, clearly. No, it was Tom Waits.
I put a spell on you. Cause you're mine. Stop the things you do.
Oh, thank you for the donation, Riggs.
He appears on stage, and suddenly they got got quiet and looked confused because they didn't know he was black.
Ever watch the video goes going nuts for Frankie Lyman, and then he appears on stage and suddenly they got quiet because they didn't know he was black? No. No. And oh my God, that is hilarious.
I can't stand no putting me down. I put a spell on you. Because you mad. Stop the things you do. What's out? I love you. I love you.
You still got the hand.
I love you anyhow. I don't care if you don't love me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Masako Yakuzu is Zagada. Sumamaro do not mystery train. Woo!
Yeah, he fucking name drops Mystery Train because he had just been in it.
Oh, got that. I'm serious. We're gonna do a Michael Jackson over here.
Yeah. Yeah, no kayfabe was broken, baby. And he was just too cool. Man, one of the things that's actually really interesting about Screaming Jay Hawkins is he's an origin point. He's an origin point for two different types of highly performative, like spooky music. One being what we consider shock rock, you know, that's obvious. But another fucking thing that he inspired, not just him, there are actually a couple, but like you know, it what were the was like spooky surf music, you know, like the Ghastly Ones. Even though the Ghastly Ones are way later, they're closer to a modern band, but there were other bands before the Ghastly Ones that did this type of music. You know, that was taking what Screaming Jay Hawkins did and put surf guitar in it. Yeah. Pre-Misfits, although the Misfits would be like... Misfits is definitely on that continuum. Yeah, psychobilly. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. You know, Screaming Jay Hawkins also inspires psychobilly as well as what we call shock rock. Yeah, I've heard Death Valley Girls. Yeah. Reminds you of Mr. Bungle? I could see that. Yeah. A clown. I think I'll be a clown. Although I would say that Mr. Bungle has a lot more in common with Les Claypool. Yeah, Twin Temple, actually, yeah. That's with the Ghastly Ones and Twin Temple. Yeah, I could definitely see the Yeah. Definitely is a continuum there. That kind of like retro 50s, 60s kind of sound. Satan takes a holiday. Are you talking about the Satan Takes a Holiday recorded by Anton LaVey himself? Yeah, one of the things about the Ghastly Ones in Twin Temple is they are the essence of groovy. You know, they are groovy, you know. And of course, if we're going to talk about groovy, and another point where we have the where another influence on both types of music inspired by Screaming Jay Hawkins, we got to talk about Dick Dale. You know, Dick Dale, who coined the phrase Heavy metal. The man who popularized the six-string Stratocaster, the classic rock guitar. Can't play too much of that. That's heavily copywritten. But he was the guy who brought the six-string to rock and roll and made rock and roll what we think of today. You know, without question. Without fucking question. You know, he is the great-grandfather of heavy metal. You know, and one of the things that's interesting about Dick Dale, particularly that the song he's most known for, Miseraloo, you know, this one, made popular by Pulp Fiction, is it's actually an Egyptian folk song. Yeah, because one of the things that's really funny about Dick Dale is despite the fact that he's associated with like surf guitar and all this shit, wasn't a white guy. He wasn't a white dude. He wasn't a black dude either. You know, his family had actually come to America, his father's family anyway, had come to America directly from, you know, the Middle East, specifically Egypt, the area of Egypt. And that was a folk song he heard his dad and his dad's friends, the other Egyptian expatriates, play all the time, because it's about like finding some chick in the middle of a reed field and then, like, you know, fucking her. That's not how the song is presented. It's much more romantic. But I mean, no, it's about getting down in papyrus reeds and shit. You know, like that's what it's really about. Get right down to it. So you got all these influences, and of course, the funny thing is, it's one of the most obvious and direct ones, influences that Screaming Jay Hawkins had was where it's like just absolutely the most fucking obvious.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. I'll take you to burn. Fire. I'll take you to learn. I'll see you burn.
Yeah, Crazy World of Arthur Brown, man. And one of the things that's interesting about Arthur Brown, here's one of the things about Arthur Brown, is he combined the stagecraft of Screaming Jay Hawkins with the sound that you know. He combined it with the Doors.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Probably.
I mean, like, just compare the song in the back of them. Yeah, Arthur Brown he took the Doors, he added the shock rock element to it. You know, that's why he's a fucking genius. Doors inspired tons of people. Like, like oh God, what's the name of that song? The End. Yeah. So yeah, and I'm about to give you one of the most direct and obvious fucking influences, connections here, which is The Doors' The End. You know, it takes a while to get going. But y'all know this, y'all know this one.
This is the end, my only friend, the end of our elaborate plans, the end of everything that stands, the end, no safety or surprise.
Okay, so that's The Doors' The End. This is Concrete Blonde's Wendy. It's got a very similar vibe to it. It's just that Concrete Blonde's a little more minor key.
It is complete now. Two ends of time are neatly tied. A one-way street. She's walking to the end of the line, and there she meets the faces she keeps in her heart and mind. They say goodbye. Tomorrow, Wendy, you're going to die.
There's that Dick Dale.
By his plot.
Wait, what's this? Riggs says the Paris Cemetery. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Man, incarnation of Dionysus, man. You know, it's too bad he didn't do too well. You know, but I mean, he did embody that. He did embody Dionysus.
Underneath the chilly gray November sky, we can make believe that Kennedy is still alive, and we're shooting for the moon, and smiling Jack is driving by, and they say good try.
Oh yeah, Tomorrow Wendy is like Concrete Blonde is a really great song. It's very sad. Like a Concrete Blonde song that's a little bit more in line with the Screamin' Jay Hawkins is probably their best known, which is Bloodletting, also known as the Vampire Song. You know, it's got this great bass line, right? You know. The only problem anyone ever has with this song is that if you were a goth in the 80s and 90s, you've heard it too many times because everyone played it. Because it was that good, but then you got tired of it. But it is the most 80s goth piece of music ever made, in my opinion. Yeah, and even in this one, you can still hear the surf guitar in the background, you know. Da-dum, da-dum. Yeah, in many ways, like Concrete Blonde was a lot of their songs had like this kind of surf guitar background with country singing. You know, very Southern Gothic. But of course, they have all these other great influences, which, of course, I can't play the whole thing. Another heavily copywritten song. It's been in everything. Or their Doors worship song, Arabian Nights. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. Like, good music has its echo throughout the ages. You know, it's one of the things that makes it so fucking fascinating. You know, well, it depends. That's mostly the American goth bands. Well, I mean, fair. Concrete Blonde was very much a Southern American gothic rock band. You know, yeah, the song would fit into True Blood. Yeah, that's because that's the sound they were going for. That's the sound they were going for when they made that soundtrack. Fucking, you cannot tell me that this. You cannot tell me that did not inspire this.
When you came in, the air went out.
That is absolutely what they were doing.
And every shadow filled up with doubt. I don't know who you think you are, but before the night is through.
In fact, one of the things I think, one of the beats that True Blood's missed is they should have had Concrete Blonde somewhere as a vampire band. Yeah, but you cannot tell me Jace Everett's Bad Things is not inspired by bloodletting. There is no fucking way it's not. All right, I get some coffee. Be right back. Yeah, fucking Concrete Blonde would be considered one of the great the Southern Gothic bands. Oh, there might be. There actually always have been quite a few of them. What? Oh God, what was their fucking name? There was this one that was really good that I never. I think was it. No, it wasn't Ghoultown. Fuck. Or was it? Well, Ghoultown's definitely one of them, but there was another band. Another like Western country Gothic band fronted by a black guy. And I cannot remember the name. Damn it. Dark bluegrass? Yeah, maybe, but like. Country Got Bad with Black Foreman mentioned in Wikipedia is Paint It Black? Was that it? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's it. But yeah, now I can't remember fucking. I can't. It wasn't John the Conqueror. It wasn't John the Conqueror. Oh man, well if you want to talk about like You want to talk about walking into a scene in The Crow? I mean, like, we got to go with My Life at Thrill Kill Cult, right?
I am the new way to go. I am the way of the future. I am the new way to go. I am the way of the future.
Oh, man. Remember pits like that? I do.
I am the new way to go. I am the way of the future.
There's a lot of innocent people being crucified.
Oh, you still got this is your very first CD? What, the Crow soundtrack or My Life at Thrill Kill Cult? I'm assuming the Crow soundtrack. Oh fuck yeah! Every fucking goth wanted Wishes for the Head. The thing about the Crow. The thing about The Crow is that movie, more than any other movie, embodied 90s goth. It embodied 90s goth in everything that it was. The love of the sort of excitement of violence, black leather, white, black leather with like fucking pale makeup on, looking like a vampire, being really into, even being into guns, man, getting into gunfights, like thinking those are really fucking cool. The big raven, a love story that is also a story of revenge, Oh, you got a Crow miniature. That's awesome. Compatible with Everyday Heroes. Oh, yeah, I heard of that game. Yeah, being tortured but wanting to be at peace. Yeah. Well, yeah, because the remake is like it. The Crow was about something so specific. The Crow film, like the Crow comic is kind of timeless, but the Crow movie was about its very specific point in time, and you weren't going to recapture that. You just weren't going to be able to recapture that. Now, you could possibly have remade the movie, but in order to remake that movie, in my opinion, you had to go the horror route, not the John Wick route. They should have gone the full horror route. And focused more on the part of the comic that the first movie didn't, which is Eric's spiritual journey. It should have been an A24 film or style film, and it should have focused on Eric's spiritual journey, because that's the part of the comic that the movie didn't do. They tried to do it, but they were like, yeah, this ain't working. It ain't working for the kind of movie we're making. But if you came at that with the like, no, we're actually going to talk about Eric's pain of being undead and all that jazz. Yeah, it can't just be another young guy running around with makeup shooting people. Like that. You know, that was always something I was really like, really disappointed that they I wouldn't have shied away from the violence, but I would have really have occulted it up. Made it a horror movie. You know, really made it a horror movie. And another thing I might have done would be to I think another thing I would have done would have been to have more than two crows. Sorry, more than one crow active at the same time in the same story and call it Murder of Crows. Like two people brought back by the crow to get revenge on the same people for different things. And made it really about their psychological journey. You know, really get into like the underworld imagery, you know. I might have even like fucking, actually, instead of Murder of Crows, I might have even just called it The Crows. You know? Yeah, it could make a great series, but I really, really want it to you know, you have a couple of them active at the same time. And really have made it like very, very occult and weird. Like a little darkly psychedelic. Yeah, like I mean, definitely. Actually, I think if I went with Murder of Crows, it would be Murder of and then Crows and the crow font, the font that they use. Yeah, but just like, I don't know what the main plot would be, but it's like I would want more than one person to come back as the crow for different reasons, but getting revenge on the same person or person or people. Oh, set in New Orleans after Katrina? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Now, Skarsgård had his chance to be the crow. It was not good. Now, I would want to set it in the Old West. I would want it to be set in the modern world. You know, I would want it to be a dark urban fantasy story. You know, but I would also want like each of the crows to have their different weapons. You know, like one maybe uses blades, the other, you know, uses firearms. And maybe like have the crow talk to them, because in the comic the crow talks to Eric. But do it in that way that like the animals talk in fucking oh god, what's that Lars von Antichrist in Antichrist, you know? Like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be talking to this animal. you know? You know, because the crow itself is the psychopomp, and you're like, you know, not should not be entirely trustworthy. Oh yeah, no, Skarsgård, fucking Bill Skarsgård is great. You know, he's actually great. You know, but even he can't save that fucking movie. He couldn't save that fucking movie. That movie, it was fucked from the word go. Oh, I haven't read those stories, little cute little cat girl. I haven't read those stories, so I wouldn't know. Like, I would probably. I would want the two crows to be male and female. I would want the female one to be based on James O'Barr's original idea for the second Crow story, which was about a woman who's killed on her wedding night. I would want her to be based on that, and she would be in like this bloody and burned fucking wedding gown. Like the wedding gown is like covered in blood and burned black because of, you know, there was a fire. Do some really obvious like elemental symbolism where she's fire and he's wind. You know, and at some point you should always really feel for them, but at the same time, there should be a moment where you're like, oh my god, these two are fucking dangerous. These two are dangerous together. You should absolutely feel for them and be a little afraid of them. You know. The biggest problem would be, what are they getting revenge on? It's got to be real personal. You know, oh, it could be husband and wife. It could be a husband and wife. Like they're like both the husband and the wife who die from the same wedding, like they're both unable to rest. Yeah, black woman died in a hate crime. I don't know if that's good enough. I don't know if that's personal enough. It's got to be. I mean, it can be a hate crime, but it's got to be personal first. You know, if we just say like hate crime, then that's just that's too generic. You know, getting like, I don't mind like the idea like we're getting revenge on the police. But you got to be able to make that super ultra personal and very quickly. Ooh, arsonist is an abusive ex. And the police cover for him. Ooh, okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yeah. So it's them against, like, all the police. Yeah, I'll set the city on fire.
Satan, Satan, Satan.
How about a wedding where ice raid because of raisins that goes super bad and the whole family is unalived? Kids, babies, the dog.
That strikes me as potentially too easy. That's too simple. Like, I like the abusive ex angle. You know? Because, like, okay, because like, here's the thing. Like, if we just go with ICE agents, okay, just kill them. Okay, good, we're done. You know, like, I don't know if we could fill an hour and a half with that. You know, unless it was just a pure revenge story, but then but at that point, we're just doing The Crow again. You know, you gotta up the ante somehow. Discord hangout. Just ask the question your Discord hangout. All right, I'm there and I don't see it. Oh, wait, there it is. There it is. Hold on. Yeah, surf Nazis must die. Surf Nazis must die. That's great. That's a great movie. And it's got a great trailer, too.
Sometime in the near future, a major earthquake will lay waste to the entire California coastline. From out of the rubble will rise a menace far more terrifying than the death and destruction. Surf Nazis. Who rules the beaches? Who rules the surfers? The beautiful beaches, once the crown jewels of California, are now ruled by ruthless gangs. Gangs are ruled by the surf Nazis. Surf Nazis must die. Adolf, Ava, Mengele, Hook, Smack,
just Hook,
and the rest of their evil Reich. Something must be done to stop them because surf Nazis must die. They're slaughtering the samurai surfers. They're devastating the designer wave. The beaches are no longer safe to hang around. Surf Nazis must die. Welcome to California, where the beaches have become battlefields and the waves are a war zone. Only one person is powerful enough, daring enough, brave enough to stop them. Only one person can ensure that surf Nazis must die. She's tough.
I want to buy a gun. We're talking white trash, but I'm more interested in something to take the head off a honky at 20 paces.
She's dangerous. She's all woman. She's
Leroy's mama.
And as long as she's alive, the surf Nazis must die. First, there was the Road Warrior. Then there was the Terminator. Now comes an action film of relentless excitement. Lavishly produced by Robert Tunnell. Stylishly directed by Peter George. Surf Nazis must die. Experience the passion of perverted romance. Know the evil of mankind's greatest villains. And taste the violent revenge.
Taste some of Mama's home cooking.
See the film that is creating a tidal wave of action all over the world. See Surf Nazis.
Oh, cut off. Oh, well. Surf Nazis must die. Yeah, no, it's, it's one of the best trailers ever made. Oh, boy. Yeah. Kill them Nazis. All Nazis must die, you know. Yeah, that's cinema, baby. That's odd. That's odd. Oh, Queen Latifah is my. Oh man. Oh man. Or maybe oh God. I can't pronounce her name. Hold on. Actually, another one who would be really fucking awesome for that would be what? How is she not on the fucking talk it? No, I want to see the whole cast. Fuck it. The whole cast. No, come on. Come on, give it to me. Where? The rest of the cast is alphabetically. What the fuck? How do you not? Wait, how is she not listed in here? She's a major character. Not Ruthie. No, Helena Who, not Yao Simbalone. What? Why do they not have this? Wait, oh. Yeah, okay, got it. Here we are. Wunmi Musaku. Wunmi Musaku. Have her play Leroy's mama. You know, she was in Lovecraft Country. She played Rose. She was this character, and whose name I'm totally forgetting, from TVA, from the Loki show. You know, like, she'd be great. I don't know why she played Annie in Sinners. Like, why the fuck isn't she, like, listed in the cast? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Annie, there she is. Like, way down here? Really? After Cornbread? You gotta be kidding me. No, it's way more fucking integral character than Cornbread. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that guy deserves his ups, but I mean, like, we're talking about who to put above who in the fucking cast ranking. Come on. Do better, IMDb. Holy shit. Do better. Better. Jesus. Should there be a Surf Nazis Must Die 2 or a Surf Nazis Must Die video game? Yes, both the yes. There should be both. Angela Bassett's Leroy's Mom. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What bands would you include in a potential Murder of Crows movie? Slipknot would definitely have to be part of the soundtrack. Slipknot, probably Ice Nine Kills. Yeah, she's really, yeah. She's a super integral character. Why IMDb is just fucking pissing me off right now. You know. You know, for the sake of the nostalgia, probably Rob Zombie. Surf Nazis Rot in Hell. Ooh, that's a good title. Yeah, probably. Yeah, some Ministry. You know, definitely. Yeah, I think the climax would have to be like the city is almost the entire city is burning down. You know, for Murder of Crows. Like, it has to feel like, oh my God, the city is fucking falling apart, like LA riot style. You know, and maybe they've influenced a bunch of people. To rise up using the crow makeup and shit. You know, kind of like V for Vendetta style a little bit at the end. Yeah, and I think like when they get the bad guy, when they finally kill the bad guy, like the bride has to spear the guy through the heart at the exact same time the dude shoots him in the head. Maybe a Sting cameo. Oh my God. I like the title Surf Nazis Rot in Hell. Don't entirely know what to do with it, but I like the sound of it. You know what I mean? I like the sound of it a lot. Man, it's kind of funny. The only thing I don't like about the coloring I've done on my hair is it's making it a little obvious I've got gray hairs. Like maybe I ought to dye the base a little bit more black so the color pops out better. I mean, I don't mind having gray hair. It's just that I don't think it looks good with bright colors. It doesn't look as good with bright colors, you know? No, I don't. I want it to be about, well, maybe. Nah, Sun Wizard. I don't think so. He can gain some sort of magical edge, but I don't like the idea of he himself being magical. Like, we kind of did that in City of Angels, and it sucked. I'd want to do something different. You think it looks good? Oh, thank you, Cat Hermit. Thank you. Will you mind when I get gray pubic hairs? I don't know. Probably not. You know? All right, let's finish the original video that we was watching.
Still wanting to put out that art anyway.
And to be honest, because when I think of rock, I immediately go white guy. I immediately go screaming white punk. Like, that's what comes for imagery. So to hear this history of a black person birthing this genre that is now controlled / dominated by white men is insane.
So, he was considered the first one, but now we are going to talk about the godfather of shock rock.
The Reverend Smithy, he recognized me. He put me in my nose. He said, no.
I know this song.
Sky.
I don't know it.
Mr. Me.
Is that?
I'm
Oh,
terrified
hell
of snakes.
no.
I'm terrified. I couldn't.
I don't know how people could do that. Like voluntarily have a snake.
Wow.
Snakes are cuddly. Snakes are sweet, especially when they're like ball pythons. Well, like that one. You know, full pythons can be a bit much. But ball pythons like that one, like, you know, they're derpy. You know, they're sweet and derpy, you know.
Okay, that's cool.
That's a look.
I don't know his name, but I know the face.
I recognize
Alice
him
Cooper.
older.
No, that would be fun to watch. That one right there.
That's
That performance.
Okay. That outfit was given.
I feel like I might hear or like remember the name.
All right, so Alice Cooper is like the godfather of shock rock.
Alice Cooper! Bro, my brain is like.
These kids got no culture, man.
I don't even know how to describe it. I'm just a big
Didn't know Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper.
fan of the song.
I like it when they sing it more than scream it.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, white girl.
Yes.
When it's like scream, sing, not just scream.
I don't know. I think the thing I liked the most about it was his confidence. I don't know how he did the snake. I will never, ever, ever get a snake near me.
You're afraid of snakes?
You say you wanna go for a spin.
That's a fun one.
Kiss.
Kiss! Yes!
Oh.
Oh!
Today, we're doing this in platform heels, baby.
Yes!
You people shouting!
Woo!
Okay, the no kiss. That's good.
Oh.
I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna
So
rock
much is
and
going
roll
on. I love it.
Oh, I can't do the tongue.
I love the contrast of them like in the pool and then blood.
Every night.
This era though is crazy. The mullets.
Oh my god. I feel like it'd be so fun going to a
kiss concert.
It's overstimulating.
I feel like there's more glamour elements almost than shock.
Their names are Starchild, the Demon, the Spaceman, and the Catman.
I'm Starchild every day. I know, as soon as you said all of them, I can picture
Okay,
the makeup that they all had, and it like adds up. That's so cute. Starchild,
You have the
heart.
I've always been a fan.
They are amazing. I love Kiss.
Always.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Their live shows, like you saw, fire-breathing, blood-puking, pyrotechnics, levitating drum kits. This is Gene Simmons showcasing his legendary tongue.
Come closer.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Close your eyes. You don't want to see this.
Don't lick her.
Oh, he looks like a rock star.
Oh my god. I legit thought his tongue was like so big that he was gonna touch her.
That's
there.
magic.
Trivia time. Who is this man?
I don't
E. Snyder!
I feel like I've seen him, but I don't know.
I know his face looks so familiar. That mole is iconic.
Do you
That's
guys
not
know the
a
song?
mullet. I expect you to at least be able to fucking identify what a mullet is. That is not a mullet.
We're not gonna take it.
We're not gonna take it.
that's Dee Snider, and that is the lead singer of Twisted Sister.
No way! Twisted Sisters, I've heard of them. Okay.
The only thing though, like that I can only see changing is maybe like a softer makeup look. I wouldn't
Are you fucking kidding me?
do like the blue eyeshadow for him.
When it comes to shock rock, maybe a little
Yeah, that's a perm. That's
but
right.
In the 80s, these guys were dressing up like women. They were anti-authority. They were anti-teachers and parents. So again,
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like Dee Snider gotta look like a really bad drag queen. Come on.
Conservative.
He can't look like a good drag queen. He has to look like a terrible drag queen.
Watch groups were coming after him and trying to shut him down.
You could tell they were the bad kids in school.
Or the cool kids.
Bath.
I don't like that.
Oh, Guar, baby, you gotta go.
I'm not looking at it. I don't want to look at that show. Like,
This might be the first one I don't like.
Sick
Ooh, it's like,
Fuck you, dude.
That special effects artist got that check that day, okay?
right?
He just said I'm sick of me like 7 times.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of slang and wanging.
The song brought really nothing new to me.
Okay.
I feel like everyone else
Oh, shut up.
Comic-Con's going on.
Like an alien orgy.
They are
Yeah.
described as interplanetary space barbarians.
That's what that guppy brain guy gave me.
What made Guar big and makes Guar big is their live shows, where they cover their audiences in fake blood, semen, guts.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it's
Trying to get
nasty.
covered in fake blood in the crowd.
I'd want to do
You
that.
lost me at semen.
What'd they cut off?
His
His head.
Oh my god.
That's badass.
Wow.
You know, the whole production is really impressive.
I feel like it should be giving more than it is.
It's like the type of fake visuals that belong on the side of like an arcade game.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's exactly what it looks like.
Imagine there's a splash zone too.
Like, I wouldn't want to scream the lyrics to my favorite part because I'm gonna get something in my mouth.
Right? Just get blood. Ah.
They are one of a kind.
Wow.
They are definitely one of a kind, and I respect the hell out of them for it.
Rumsteed.
What is this? What are they?
Ooh, I love a storyline music video.
Yeah.
I like this.
Now I want to see what the shock
They're gonna
factor
die.
will be.
Whoa.
Du hast.
Yeah, you know.
I'm getting it. I'm getting into it.
Are they German?
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally German. So German.
Are they kidnapping this girl?
Whoa, who are they injecting? He has great cheekbones.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, that's kind of cool.
Wait, that little noise in the back is doing something.
I like it though.
I was like, what's going on? I was like, they're all surrounding this person who looks like they just got drugged and like.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right? To the main
All
dude.
right.
Ich liebe dich.
Whoa. What did you guys
They're all
think?
looking over.
That's the German band.
That is Rammstein.
Oh, I've heard of Rammstein.
One of the world's biggest industrial metal bands incorporating electronica and heavy metal. This German band, their shock monitor was from like live pyrotechnics. Just they would go nuts, as well as elaborate costumes like lederhosen, military garb, and corsets.
I liked it. This one was cool.
I like when it builds up.
It was different. I didn't like it at first, but then it grew on me, and I'm like, ooh, wow.
Huge band.
Shout out East Germany. Y'all ate that one.
Oh, he's fun.
Ooh.
Oh, I like him.
Oh, he's cool as hell.
Okay, that's kind of like
Spider
creepy,
One.
like when they have the choreograph planned.
I like him. Like, he looks all scary, but he's just like,
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's Power Man 5000.
Wow, he's powerful.
Whoa.
Superpowers. I was not expecting that.
Bro, I know what I'm listening to.
That
for
is
like
Rob Zombie's brother.
Oh my god.
Again, like a lot of
Yeah,
metal bands
Jinx,
have
Falsifer.
that medieval sci-fi mix. Why is it so specific?
Actual footage of Harry killing Voldemort.
He's fighting a super evil guy.
I like his colorful hair. I just think colorful hair is just so fun and awesome.
whole vibe.
This is so vibey.
For me, I'd have to be in such a specific mood to want to listen to it.
that just takes you to another world.
He did
That
his
was
brother justice.
My favorite screaming one.
Yeah, I
It had
agree.
like a melody.
Power Man 5000. And that was When Worlds Collide. What did we think of that song and music video?
That was my favorite out of all of them.
Really?
Yes.
That
Man 5, that went hard.
That shit was lit.
I loved it. Personally, I loved it, but also I had this feeling of I have to really be in a specific.
Oh God, I don't
this.
think they'd be able to get Skinny
It
Puppy.
was unexpected when the superpowers came.
I don't know what he did to piss off that dude, but he should have never tried to take my boy custody.
Power Man 5000 leaned into the atomic age sci-fi theme of the past.
It's so weird how a lot of these have to do with sci-fi, medieval, just like.
Oh, kid. Oh, kid, baby. That's because you don't know what Heavy Metal Magazine is.
It's such a specific niche, yet so many metal bands seem to do it.
That was very shocking in a good way.
You know, it might be all one category, but they definitely had their unique parts.
I thoroughly enjoyed
no
it.
shit.
Like, I feel loud. My head is like going back and forth, but in a great way.
Dude, I love all of this. I think I learned today, don't judge a book by its cover. That goes both ways. Somebody may think somebody like me doesn't listen to this kind of music, and I may think somebody listens to kind of this music.
You listen to this type of music?
I'm sure.
Metal is badass. Metal is awesome. And party, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. The last one was a fucking Power Man 5000. We had mentioned. Let's see if we can get away with this one. If we get cut off here playing the Rivers fucking video, we'll just call it. Just to get ahead of it. If not, we'll keep going for a little bit. Know what I mean? I need a cleanse.
Sparkling clear. It's part of a new world.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly. Take a stress pill and think things over.
Streams into the rivers into the sea. I get scared. New way. What's this about a new way? My mind is going. I can feel it. Do you know what is really obscene?
Look at this. Almost an old man. With his bloody stomach and stinking head, Spring would talk like the ocean of fresh air to all the empty night girls under his protection. Look what this is, man. Was it created another girl more closer than either one of you girls?
Meditate while awaiting your turn. What would be extremely difficult for you to get away from me? Unless, of course, you have wings. Like a bat.
Is it interesting?
What?
Did you find anything interesting?
It can only be attributable to human error. This sort of thing has cropped up before.
And it
has always been due to human error.
I've lost all critical perspective.
And days, I stopped work for this. Can't eat, can't sleep. I can't stop no more. He didn't tease me as much this evening as he impressed me the first time. I
damn you! Don't you up.
I'm afraid.
He says, I have no respect.
Yeah, I don't like to watch so much TV. Don't listen to him. So I gotta show him. No respect. I know everything hasn't been quite right with you. But I can assure you now, very confidently.
A year ago, exactly on the same night, we were assembled here in this very room. I, your pastor, and you, my beloved flock. With hopefulness in my heart, I told you then that with Lucifer's aid, we might look forward to a more succulent occasion. Cast back your minds. There we were, gathered together, gloomy and despondent, around a single, meager woodcutter.
I feel much better now.
Yeah, that's an easier song. Like, I think like fucking heads would explode if they fucking watched Warlock.
Now is the only thing that's real. The police used to watch over the people. Now they're watching the people. Now is the only thing that's real. Now is the only thing that's real.
Torchlight roast, disinterest, disinvest, retold, impressed by possession. Inside is no refresh, detain, contest. Honor is pure, short tonight, freezing time. Shadows climb, distractions override. Instinctual force involved, over and over.
me the answer. You may be a lover, but you ain't no dancer.
Wasted truth. Why call it all blue? What lines makes you all declare? With the right attitude, you will succeed. Present that discontent. Sidestep. Define the state of things. So far, crazy things. Unspoken, with your eyes open, you know soft-spoken change is nothing. You're so cruel, you're so cruel, you're so
That is Skinny Puppy's Warlock, a song all about Charles Manson. You know, they're a song about Charlie Manson, you know. It's kind of interesting, like, even though we're living in these, like, we're living in this bizarre scenario right now, excuse me, where, yeah, clips of various gore films were used in the making of this music video, and I can identify pretty much all of them. That actually, that Skinny Puppy video is, I mean, that was a remake of the original. Because I believe the original was lost. So they like, a couple of people like recreated it from like the old VHS tape. But some of the clips they couldn't find. They couldn't find some of the original clips that were used. Yeah. Warlock's all about Charlie Manson. You know. It's also why that bit from Bad Taste with the Beatles cutouts show up. Because, you know, Manson went on about Helter Skelter being about about race warfare. Yeah, we're living in a bizarre dystopia right now, but it's weird because it feels like we're living in the end times that the 80s and 90s warned us about. You know, we're living in the dystopia that the 80s and 90s warned everyone about. And how come I'm being invited on your stream? Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about that offline. Yeah, R.I.P. Dwayne Goethel. Yeah, I know, right? Man, dude. You know, it's kind of funny because like a lot of people from that area had a huge amount of psychological pain. But like now that that sort of like apocalypse has arrived, after it looked like we had swerved to avoid it, right? The Obama years in many ways was like our swerve to avoid the oncoming fucking Armageddon. You know, the basically a choice to accept the decline, but that a decline in our primacy over world politics did not have to coincide with a fucking decline of the people. Not a decline of America itself, of its citizens, of the realization of like we don't have to be number one. We don't have to be the single most important nation in the world. We could have started taking care of ourselves. And in the Obama years, we were moving towards that. We were working towards that in a big way. But then the Trump years happened, and that fucked everything up. And I got to be honest, I want to blame Biden and the Democratic Party, but I can't. But I can't. In a way, I can't. I think they're doing everything wrong. But I can't blame them for what's happened. You know, it's not their fault the country chose to go in this direction. It might just be something we have to accept about democracy, is that sometimes the majority will head down a terrible path. You know, and you can fight it all you want, and I think you should. But at the end of the day, the Republican Party is responsible. You know, the Republican Party is responsible. They're the ones responsible. They did it. They've always been the ones. They've always been the enemy. They have always been the dark shadow of America. Always. You know, at least as long as I've been alive. Since the Southern strategy, they have been the dark shadow of America. Since Barry Goldwater. Hey, doggy. Hey. And I think this overall feeling of like, you know, like everyone's showing up to fight clearly. You know, people are showing up to fight clearly, and that is what should happen. That's what should happen. That's what must happen. It's what will happen. It will continue to happen. And I can really hope that all the old warnings maybe can exist as a rallying cry. Because the state of things right now in America should make you angry. It should make you very angry. It should make you really pissed. Should make you so pissed, it makes you want to punch the government. You know, it should make you want to fight the National Guard. It should make you want to dismantle ICE despite the threat of violence and death. Because that's the direction we're heading. We're heading in that direction. Maybe we can avoid it. Maybe we can make another like miracle swerve. Maybe, but I ain't counting on it. Well, the problem with people who voted for Trump is that, let's just be honest, dumb, fearful, cruel. They are, in fact, everything that they say that they hate. They get mad at cancel culture. They're the cancel culture. You know, like they're the cancel culture. I've seen videos of kids talking to their MAGA parents, and their MAGA parents are glad that their kids are upset about the choice that they made because that shows them. Fuck you. Don't need that. We don't need to talk to you anymore. Don't need to talk to you again anymore. It'll be son against father, daughter against mother. Sorry. That's what civil war is, you fucking moron. And for what? For what? For what? Just so you can make your own children cry? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. But that's the mentality. Because they're petty. They're petty and stupid. Change your hearts or die. Like, no, that's gonna fucking... That's it right there. Like, that's it right there. You know? And this is one of the reasons why I am so Hail Satan. Because the powerhouse behind all of this is American Christianity. Evangelical Christianity is the powerhouse behind all of this ignorance, pettiness, and cruelty. They're the ones who are talking about, oh, empathy is a sin. That's them. And they literally said that in so many words. At that point, aren't you evil? Aren't you fucking evil at that point? I ain't just boomers. They're Gen X assholes. They're Gen Z assholes. And there will be Gen Alpha assholes. One of the things I was talking about earlier that relates to the whole, like, you know, conservatives accusing people of the thing that they're doing, and why I am always like, no, you got to take a step back from politics. You have to take a step back. You have to take a step back, keep it at arm's length. You know, close enough that you can strike if you need to, but far enough away that you can back away from its jabs. And it's a trick. It's a trick. You know, it's hard. It's hard. It's a hard fight. This type of fighting is difficult. I'm going to tell you one thing. When people said, well, everything's political, I'm like, that's a bad mentality to have. It's a terrible mentality to have. And I'll tell you why. Because that is 100% the mentality of conservatives. Who more than a conservative makes everything about politics? I'll give you a minute. Bathrooms, they make bathrooms political. They make gender political. They make fictional people pissing in cat litter political. That is what everything being political looks like. It looks like conservatism. And that's why I hate that. It's why I hate it. It's why I hate that statement. And I hate that mentality. I'm like, no, that's the language of the conservative. That's the language of the fascist. Well, that's not what we mean. That's not what we mean. No, but it's where it inevitably leads. Anything to the left is arguing about the definition of words. They're actually doing it. They have made everything political. Because that is what conservatives do. They complain about us making everything political because they're the ones who make everything political. They make your choice of movies and who to fucking cast in a starring role a political act. Because if you make everything political, then you can argue about it and hide the true nastiness. And this is where political correctness comes in. It's a tool of the right. Always has been. You can't have that mentality. You have to put politics at arm's length, and sometimes even farther. Because before being a political creature, you are a person. Were conservatives always like this? Yes. Yeah, they were always like this. To one, maybe to a lesser degree, but they were always like this. The minute the Christian right was formed, it's been like this. This is the ultimate output, the ultimate goal that they have been working towards right now, today. What is happening? I just didn't think it would be all at once. I thought it'd be a bit more gradual. Nah, they found a guy who allowed them to punch through the fucking wall. They're trump cards, so to speak. How do we fix this? Well, the real answer, in my opinion, There are two roads. Why? What's their end goal? Oh, the complete destruction of American democracy. That's their goal. Isn't that obvious? The conservative movement is a bunch of rich fucks with generational wealth trying to make sure that there is always a lower class and that the divide between the lower class and the upper class is as big as possible. That's it. That's it. All the internal reasons may be different, but they all come from the same pathetic space. The space that says, I should be in charge because I know better, and everyone else is beneath me. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's not even money. Money is just a way to measure that. That's just a way to measure the upper from the lower class. Don't get me wrong, it's a factor. It's a big factor. In a capitalist nation, it's a big factor. Huge. Greed. You know, because they don't spend their money to make the world a better place. Do you think that was an accident? When does a rich conservative person do anything other than to benefit themselves? Never. Never. These billionaire assholes could fucking make the world a better place for real. But you have to remember, they see the world as they are. We all do. We all see the world as we are. We don't see the world as it is. We see it as we are. And if you're a person that can, for the most part, live and let live, that's how you'll see the world. If you see the world as something that must be rigidly fucking controlled by you, that's how you see the world. Egypt and Rome, I believe, were considered the other two Reichs. I'd have to look it up. Don't quote me on that. You have to look it up for yourselves. So we have two things, two ways of going about this. Fight it tooth and nail and take a step back. And I think it will require both of them. Ain't going to be no lie. It'll be a tough fucking fight. But each one has their place. Obviously, you fight tooth and nail because, well, you want to survive. You know, you want to survive. You want you and the things you care about to survive. And you take a step back so that you'll remember what it is you're protecting. Because that's the fuel. Fighting tooth and nail may be the power. But the taking the step back and realizing what it is you want to protect, that's the fuel. Why do you think they want to divide people so much? So they don't come together. And coming together is part of taking a step back. You can only unite people under a political banner when they are personally aligned. And that requires taking a step back. Because if you're always, it's also why I say take a step back from politics, because nothing will divide you faster. Nothing will divide you faster. So take a step fucking back. And I do mean everybody. You got to do both. You have to take a step back and be willing to fight tooth and nail, which I know is an untenable situation. But that's how it works. A revolution that don't dance got nothing. Won't last. It'll burn out. The revolution must have the hearts of the people. They must have the hearts of the people. And the only way to gain the hearts of the people is togetherness. Is to put politics aside and see what other things pull people together. Now, you don't have to lock it up in a safe that you never fucking open. No, that's too separated. But when you're somewhere when it's time to dance, dance. When it's time to sing, sing. When it's time to fight.
Weaponize the workforce.
Yeah, you could do that. You can do that, but the workforce will not come together until it is together. Why do you think they had so many fucking protest songs back in the 60s? Why do you think fucking Bob Dylan had got a career? You know? Come on. Gather around people wherever you roam and admit that the waters around you have grown and accept that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time is worth saving, and you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. The times, they are a-changing. Why do you think they wanted to control rock music so bad? Control pop music so bad? That could be used to bring people together. It provides joy. It provides something outside of yourself. It provides the sublime. It provides togetherness, which is something beyond thinking. It's something beyond thinking. It's beyond words. And once we start talking politics, we're in the world of the mind, in the world of words. That's why propaganda is so fucking effective, because that's where that lives. That's where that lives. You're fighting a monster on its home turf. And you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to fight the monster on its turf. Sometimes you can beat the odds with a careful fucking calculation of where to fight. People say all the time that, well, the problem won't be solved by voting. In a way, they're right. In a way, they're right. But not voting misses the point. The revolution will not come through voting, but the revolution will be finalized in a vote. The Victory will be decided by a vote. Oh, yeah, of course they want to encroach on Punk. That was one of the greatest weapons against them. Raw fucking anger, man. You know, fucking punk rock was talking about ACAB way before Black Lives Must Matter. Music was talking about that shit way before we had the fucking words for it.
Tonight that we got the truck, we're going downtown, gonna beat up drunks. You're to the drive, I'll bring the beer. It's a late shift, no one to fear. And ride, how we ride. And ride, it's a roundup time with a good horse. We're gonna drive one screaming off the street and ride, how we ride. Uniform and a silver badge. Play cops for real and play cops for pay. Let's ride, ride.
Of course, there's that surf guitar again, you know.
Your dress is a kick in the ass. Let's reach your balloon till you shit in your pants. No move, child, got a big black stick. There's 6 of us, babe, so suck on my dick and ride, how we ride. Let's ride, ride. The left newspapers might line a bit, but the guys at the station, they don't give a shit. Dispatch calls, oh, you're doing something wicked. No, sorry, Jack, we're just giving tickets. Let's ride, how we ride. And ride, how we ride. And ride, how we ride. Let's ride,
And of course, after the dead Kennedys, another great.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority. Fuck that shit cause I ain't the one for a punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to be beaten on. And thrown in jail, we can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. Fucking with me cause I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. So
You know? Music and the arts were saying that shit long before that became a political thing. Long before. Decades before. Decades before Black Lives Matter and ACAB. It was music that was telling you. It was the arts that were telling you. That's why gotta go back to that. Because that is where the heart of humanity beats. Why do you think they want to fucking, why do you think they want to control the arts so bad? They don't want you to fucking feel what you're feeling. That could lead to chaos. That could fuck their plans up. That could fuck up the whole game for them. Bunch of people realizing they don't got to play by those rules all at once. That could be disaster. That, my friends. Art is our escape and our shield. It is the rising of the great whore of Babylon, in my opinion. You know, she who begins and ends all civilizations. You know, well, that's me getting into my weird culture part of it, which I also think is important. Because occultism is really about diving into that unknown space, the unknown spaces of the imagination, and trying to bring back something that communicates a feeling that has no words yet. Important shit. Why do you think they want to replace all the artists with AI? Well, we won't have to deal with that shit no more. If we control them and it is utterly commodified, then it only says what we want. So you got to go back to it. Got to go back to it because that kind of art is weak. It's weak. That's why they don't want it. That's why they don't want a competition. That's the only way it can win. It can only win if there is no competition. You know. So dust off your brushes and clean off your pens. Open your word processors and all that jazz. You know, learn to play that instrument. Do what you can. Do what you can. Because here's the thing. In order to find it, someone just has to find it. Whatever it is, someone just has to find it. Because once it's found, it explodes upon the scene. Would you say that art touches the sublime and occultism dives into it? I say that that is a fair statement. That is a fair statement. Art, in my opinion, art and occultism are very related. I think the act of art is an act of occultism because you're diving into the imagination and trying to bring something back. You know, and occultism is one of the ways you mentally get there because you're dealing with unreal things, things which are unreal. Yeah, keep playing bass, man. We don't know what we need yet. I think that's a big thing. We don't know what we need yet. But if no one looks, no one finds. Look for it. And that's what you need the space for. That's what you need the space for. You know, for example, what you want to be doing, like, let's take playing bass as an example. Let's take playing bass as an example. You don't want to get into a political argument. It's the argument that'll kill you. And often, that argument only needs to happen in your head. Fuck it. Fuck it. You're going to go through a lot of your own bullshit traversing these waters. And sometimes it's going to be good shit, and sometimes you're going to be like, oh my fucking God, I got problems. And sometimes those problems are like problems you know are bad. Like, you know, like your internal prejudices. Yeah, you'll encounter that shit. You will encounter that shit big. Live with it. Accept it. You can't change it until you accept it. Accepting it is the first step of changing it. You're like, ah, shit, I got this problem with, like, fucking, I don't know, Cuban people. We'll just say Cuban people, just for the sake of argument. I got this problem with Cuban people. Why do I got this problem with Cuban people? Oh, it's because of my dad or my family or that Civil War or that whatever. Oh, shit. But I got that feeling. What do I do with that feeling? You know, you got to sit with it and accept it for a little bit. You can't disentangle a knot you refuse to accept exists. What about AI trying to replace voice actors? Yeah, you know how much a real actor actually brings to the table? AI can replace a really bad voice actor, but it'll never be good. That's the problem. And that's the way AI really is. You know, AI can look better than a terrible artist, but it'll never look as good as a good artist. It can't do that. It doesn't know. It has no instincts. It has no feeling. The internal feeling of the creator is what makes the art. It's what really makes it. If it don't got no feeling, hey, you can fake the funk, but you can't fake soul. Can't replace the soul. You can't replace soul, baby. You know, like, hold on. Oh, yeah, here we go. Like, you ever heard the Rick Ross song Black Coffins? Like, that is a song about emotional pain, you know?
Listen to your boss, white boy. Oh, I'm gonna go walking in the moonlight with you. You wanna hold my hand?
Oh, okay, no, that's the Django version. Is there? There's got to be another one.
Oh, now you were...
Yeah, making the intangible tangible through pure emotion. If that isn't magic, I don't know what is exactly.
I need 100 black coffins for 100 bad men, 100 black grapes so I can lay they ass in. I need 100 black preachers with a black sermon to tell from 100 black Bibles. Why we send them all to hell? I need 100 black coffins, black coffins, black coffins. I need 100 black coffins, black coffins. Oh Lord, black coffins. I need 100. I seen 100 niggas die. I put that on my life. Lord, I wouldn't tell a lie unless it had to do with mine. In the middle of the night, killers coming for your life. All he wanna do is shine. I broke off the chains, only the realest remain. See you praying to Jesus, but will that help ease the pain? Seen a brother get slain for a jar full of change. Yet I post on the block, look like I'm Big Daddy Kane. Is you a cat or a mouse? Keep them rats out the house.
Yeah, like, okay, here's the thing about Rick Ross, man. Like, what's the difference? I mean, I'll give you my opinion. What is it that separates an average Rick, like a mid Rick Ross song from a great one? Because there is something that is in every great Rick Ross song. But I want to see who knows what it is. I'll give you a few minutes. Yeah, but there is something that is in every great Rick Ross song that is not in every pretty good, okay Rick Ross song. You know, I'll give you a clue. It's how you can tell he's really put his heart into it. Him being him and not living the gimmick, that may be true, but that's not it. I'll give you another hint. It's something that you would expect fucking Kanye West to sing about more, but he doesn't because he's a narcissist. It's something that Rick Ross does a lot. Empathy, you're in the right direction. You're in the right direction. Mm-mm. Oh, I mean, yeah, you're still going the right direction, but you're not there yet. Yeah, self-deprecation. No, it's not. No, it's all in the right direction, but it's a key specific thing. You know, it's how you know he's singing from the heart. And often it'll come out of nowhere. He screams for his mom. The central pain of his life is that his mother is dead. Sense of helplessness is also going in the right direction, but is specifically he screams for his mama. Because that's when he makes it personal. He makes it personal. Oh, what about Johnny Cash? Oh, Johnny Cash got a ton of soul. He's another guy with a ton of soul. But he's at... Let's not make any bones about it. Trent Reznor's Hurt is the greatest Johnny Cash song ever written. Johnny Cash's best songs are when he's singing like a broken man. Regret. He makes Hurt about deep regret. He sings it about deep regret. He's made it personal without changing the lyrics. He made it personal without changing the lyrics. That's why it's so brilliant. He listened to Nine Inch Nails' Hurt and said, I'm going to make this about my hurt without changing any of the lyrics. Yeah, exactly, Neil. Exactly. That's where those are the directions we got to look. You know, that's what the world needs right now. It needs to be able to come together. The people who want to come together have to be able to come together. And that's done through the arts. Frank Sinatra, I'm not a real huge fan of Frank Sinatra, so I couldn't really tell you. I mean, I gotta be honest. I'd put Johnny Cash way above Frank Sinatra. Way above. I put Rick Ross above Frank Sinatra too, as far as like true fucking art is concerned. You know, currently another one. Oh, fuck it. Like, I can't believe it took me this long to fucking come to this. But like, one of the greatest living musicians today, greatest musical artists, is Kendrick Lamar.
Pull up. Frank. Headshot. Frank. Sit down. Frank. Stand up. Frank. Pass out. Frank. Wake up. Frank. Fade it.
He made a fucking song about booze, about his fear of becoming an alcoholic.
In Chicago, some people like the way it feels. Some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular. That was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon that I'ma get fucked up, filling up my cup. I see the crowd mood changing by the minute, and the record on repeat. Took a sip, then another sip. Then somebody said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Pull up.
Frank.
Headshot. Frank. Sit down.
I love this song. It's so beautiful and so
Pass
sinister.
out. Wake up. Fade it.
Dear Auntie. Yeah, Auntie died. Yeah.
Now open your mind up and listen to me, Kendrick. I'm in your conscience. If you do not hear me, then you will be history, Kendrick. I know that you're nauseous right now, and I'm hoping to lead you to victory, Kendrick.
If I take another one down, I'ma drown in some poison, abusing my limit. I think that I'm feeling the vibe. I see the love in her eyes. I see the feeling of freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrived. This how you capitalize. This is parental advice. And apparently, I'm over influenced by what you are doing. I thought I was doing the most, and someone said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to.
Yeah, obviously swimming pools, parentheses, drank is it's one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar songs. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's definitely one of them. Top 3 easy. Yes, it's yeah. It's a drinking party song, but it's about the fear of alcoholism. Like, that's fucking genius. And he couldn't have gotten there without being very personal about it. No one could. Jack, why is there an ongoing beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar? Because Drake's a punk. Because Drake's a rapper, but Kendrick Lamar is an artist. Because Drake is covering up for something where Kendrick Lamar is exposing himself. Because Kendrick Lamar has been to a deeper place. And you can't beat that. You can't beat that. I think, though, as far as Kendrick Lamar is concerned, I think this will probably always be one of my favorites. This Wesley's Theory. Real music is about personal issues. It's about personal shit. And it doesn't have to be lyrics. Sometimes it's a groove. Sometimes it's a bass line. Sometimes it's a riff. Sometimes it's a fucking drum beat. Sometimes it's a selection of samples.
Corners of this cocoon collide. You'll slip through the cracks, hoping that you'll survive. Gather your wit, take a deep look inside. Are you really who they idolize? To pimp a butterfly.
At first I did love you, but I just wanna fuck. Late nights thinking of you, until I got my nut. Toss and turn, lesson learned. You was my first girl.
Oh, To Pimp a Butterfly is one of the best albums ever written. That's one of the best albums ever made.
When I get signed, homie, I'm acting fool. Hit the dance floor, strobe lights in the room. Snatch your little secretary bitch for the homies. Blue-eyed devil with a fat-ass monkey. I'ma buy a brand new Cuddy on Vows. Truck the hood up 2 times, do slow. Platinum on everything, platinum on wedding ring. Married to the game and a bad bitch shows. When I get signed, homie, I'ma buy a strap. Straight from the CIA, set it on my lap. Take a few M16s to the hood. Pass them all out on the block, what's good? I'ma put the cop to swap me by the White House. Republican run up, get socked out. Hit the press with a Cuban link on my neck. Uneducated, but I got $1 million check like that. We should never cave. We should never cave. Niggas money go back.
I'll be honest. I think they should do To Pimp a Butterfly as a wall-like animation movie.
Yo, what's up? It's Trey. Remember the first time you came out to the house? You said you wanted a spot like mine. But remember, anybody can get it. The hard part is keeping it, motherfucker.
What you want? You a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano, a guitar, anything. Say my name is Uncle Sam on your dog. Motherfucker, you can live at the mall. I know you're kind, that's why I'm kind. Don't have receipts, oh, that's fine. Pay me later, wear those gaiters. Cliche and say fuck your haters. I can see the bottle in you, I can see the dollar in you. Little white lies, but it's no white collar in you. But it's whatever though, because I'm still following you. Because you make me live forever, baby. Count it all together, baby. They hit the register and make me feel better, baby. Your horoscope is a Gemini, 2 sides. So you better cop everything 2 times. 2 coops, 2 chains, 2 C-notes. Too much and enough, both we know. Christmas, tell them what's on your wish list. Get it all, you deserve it, Kendrick. And when you hit the White House, do you? But remember, you ain't passed economics in school. And everything you buy, Texas will deny. How Wesley sniped your ass before 35.
Yeah, looking down is quite a drop. Looking good when you're on top. Better metaphors, leaving metaphors metaphysically in a state of euphoria. Look both ways before you cross my mind. We should never give, we should never give. Niggas, money go back home, money go back home. We should never give, we should never give. Niggas, money go back home, money go back home.
Man, so fucking good. Yeah. Absolutely, there should be a fucking there should be a wall-like movie made from Of to Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah, absolutely. You know, let's see if I can find. You know, just to fucking. I mean, the thing that would be interesting is it would be, it unlike The Wall, it would end on a much more positive note.
The ghost of Mandela. Hope my flow stay propelling.
Yeah, let's see. It's
Where it comes from. One thing you notice is how much the world shuns him, but praises the butterfly. The butterfly represents the talent, the thoughtfulness, and the beauty within the caterpillar. But having a harsh outlook on life, the caterpillar sees the butterfly as weak and figures out a way to pimp it to his own benefits. Already surrounded by this mad city, the caterpillar goes to work on the cocoon, which institutionalizes him. He can no longer see past his own thoughts. He's trapped. While trapped inside these walls, certain ideas take root, such as going home and bringing back new concepts to this mad city. The result? Wings begin to emerge, breaking the cycle of feeling stagnant. Finally free, the butterfly sheds light on situations that the caterpillar never considered, ending the internal struggle. Although the butterfly and caterpillar are completely different, they are one and the same. What's your perspective on that? Pop.
and I'm like, and And to me, it's a perfect album because of the way it starts, it ends. Like he's calling out for the Tupac for the answer. And when you start the album again, let it just loop. You get it. You're coming from the heavens. Every nigga's a star. Like, that's beautiful. That's amazing. That's the answer he gets, you know?
When the four corners of this cocoon collide, you'll slip through the cracks, hoping that you'll survive. Gather your wit, take a deep look inside.
Who do you think will direct the To Pimp a Butterfly movie? I have no idea. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was not an American. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an anime director. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was someone we haven't heard of. I couldn't even begin. Studio Saru, let me see. Let me see what they've done. I don't know, maybe. I'm looking at their work, maybe. Yeah, Devilman Crybaby people, maybe. Who knows? You know, but something I did want to fucking point out is that even Kendrick Lamar has his influences.
Mother Earth is pregnant for the third time, for y'all have knocked her up. I have tasted the maggots in the mind of the universe. I was not offended, for I knew I had to rise above it all, or drown in my own shit.
You know, Maggot Brain by Funkadelic. You know, Kendrick chose to start an album similar to the way Maggot Brain begins. You know, one of the things that makes this so good is this guitar right here. Not only because it's, you know, done by a brilliant musician, but this riff, this one, the one you listen to right now, it exists because Funkadelic was getting high. They had a new guy playing the guitar. A new guy. At least at the time. They're all tripping on acid. The new guy, he's really good. But George Clinton's like, not good enough. Not the kid is playing. He's playing it good enough. The riffs he's coming up with are good, dang great. So they get all high, and they're all tripping on acid. George Clinton surrounds the fucking kid with speakers. Puts a guitar in his hand, and they are deeply tripping. And he tells him, "Now I want you to play that guitar like your mama just died." That's what you're listening to right now. That recording. That play. It's also why it's got some of the feedback they left it in. Yeah, that guitarist was Eddie Hazel. Yeah, he plays that 20 bad. The guitar weeps. That's one of the powers of the guitar. The guitar wails. It wails. It can wail in pain. It can wail in delight. It wails. Every fucking instrument has its superpower. The guitar wails. The bass guitar grooves. That's why you always put them together. That's the guitar wailing. That's the 6th string. But the bass line provides energy. It provides a bit of insanity, a bit of the predictably unpredictable. Like, hold on. Whoops. Almost. The genius of Les Claypool here is that he decided that the bass guitar should be the lead guitar. Although this ain't the guitar, this is the whamola. Same concept, though. Do what Simon says. Oh, let's see. Hey, Jack, got a question for you. Do you think Six String Samurai should get a sequel following the kids' arrival to the Emerald City? I don't know, but I think more people need to see Six String Samurai and appreciate it for the fucking masterpiece that it is. Then, of course, you get to techno, particularly trance music. There's something else going on, something hypnotic. The music itself is trying to pull you into this altered state where you are hypnotized along with a group of dozens of other people, putting you all in a similar state.
Another time. His life was green and good until the crystal cracked.
This is the crystal method. Trip like I do.
Once more,
They will replenish themselves. Cheat death again. The power of their source. The crystal.
the crystal.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, Crystal Method has done technically better albums, but there's something special about the Vegas album.
The crystal.
There's also
What are your favorite Halloween-themed movies?
Oh, geez. Probably Trick or Treat. It's probably my favorite. Okay, this one's really long, so let me see if I can find my favorite part.
I am in a pretty lonely place.
Oh, what's my feeling of Kraftwerk? Oh man, the great, one of the great, the grandfather of fucking industrial music. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see if I can. Ah, here we go. It's infected mushroom.
Magic mushrooms?
No, I got some dwarf moss, and it'll really blow your head off. Look at this. Last time I took it, I saw fairies for 3 days.
Nicey nice. Roll us a giant.
Yeah, Infected Mushroom, the masters of danceable trance music. And of course, there's also astral projection. Like, one of the problems, okay, thinking about astral projection brings me to one of the great questions, one of the great quandaries, one of the great problems that I have seen personally. Burning Man. Burning Man used to have a lot of soul. Used to have a lot of soul to it. Lot of soul to it. But it just became a playground for rich kids. And rich kids ain't got no soul. They just don't tend to have soul. It's really, which in a way is, whoa, that's terrible. Because all they do is all they did was fucking go out in the desert and get high, and that's the conduit. That's the conduit. That's a pathway into greater sublime experience. But unless you have soul, unless you have a soul, what is reflected back to you is just going to be emptiness. But if you have soul, what trance and psychedelia will show you will be immense. will be life-changing because it reflects back everything. Some of us hold inside of us, a lot of us hold multitudes. A lot of us hold multitudes. Some of us can feel the energy move towards us, move through us. We can feel the interconnectedness of minds and emotion. We could experience that. And in many ways, that's what the experience of God is. The experience of God is that reconnection, is experiencing that connection. And it's so powerful that, like, you can't do it all the time. You gotta take a break.
Do you think the Haunted Mansion 2003 film takes place during October?
I actually don't know. Bronson. What would you suggest to someone that doesn't have a soul in order to get a soul? Well, Jesus was absolutely right on this. Sell all your get rid of all your worldly possessions and wander the earth. Get rid of all your worldly possessions, eschew all worldly things, and wander the earth. People who have developed soul don't need to do that. That is something you only need to do if you got money. I don't know how else to say it. That's been my experience. And it's hard to actually explain where the line is. But I know for certain one aspect is realizing that money is an illusion. It's a trick. It's a trick. You know. And the soul is earned through hardship. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Yeah, Buddha had to abandon his castle and family to achieve enlightenment. Yeah. You know, if you want that experience, that's the path you must walk. Rich person got too many ways out. Rich person too invested in the way the world is. A rich person has a bigger, harder journey on that because it is something internally that they have abandoned early on, very early on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Art of Noise is great. Art of Noise is great. Now let's see. What was it? You know? Art of Noise, Moments in Love. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, Sun Wizard, that's a really good way of putting it. The rich man is invested in the illusion of reality, not the truth of reality. Mm-hmm. What I think of rich people that earn their money through hard work? So? Good for you. You worked hard and you have money. Congratulations. I mean, I give a shit. It's not my money. It's not my part of the illusion. The answer is I don't care. The answer is I don't care. Give up everything and wander the earth like Cain and Kung Fu. I fucking put myself in the middle of the desert, got myself lost from everyone I knew, couldn't come down, and fell down face first into the mud because it was raining. It's probably turning hypothermic. Do I think they have souls like actors, musicians, and athletes? Not all actors, musicians, and athletes have souls. Not in the way I'm talking. If you want to walk the path of the mystic, you have to walk it. And it will get hard. It always gets hard. There's no easy way out. There may be an easy way to get there, but there ain't no easy way through it. Because what the fuck else are you there to learn about except the hard shit? You literally cannot fake it. You literally cannot fake it. And other people that done it, they know. They know who has and who hasn't. It's obvious. It's very obvious. You know, have you walked up to the big metaphorical door of truth, opened it, and asked a question and listened to the answer? You can't fake that. It's hard to, you can't fake experience of the divine. You just can't. And there are shortcuts to getting there, but there's no shortcut through it. And I think that there are people that do not get it and cannot get it. It seems strange to me, but I really do think that there are some people who cannot get it and will not get it. But can't do it to physical limitation. What are you fucking talking about, physical limitations? This whole thing is built on physical limitations. Plenty of mystics have like diabetes, twisted legs, worse. I mean, really take a look at them. They ain't a group of people that are in great health. They ain't in great health. It's not a group known for its stern constitution. Is this suffering like that, the suffering of Job? Well, I don't know about that. Because the point, in my opinion, the point of the story of Job is God's an asshole. Don't trust him. God's love is conditionary, and you cannot predict it. So don't go thinking that you're blessed by God, because maybe you don't want that. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you don't want God's attention at all. Especially when that God is Yahweh. Jesus Christ, that guy's got problems. Yeah, you can't rely on God for everything. That's part of it. Views of Sky Daddy. Yeah. People in imperfect health are often in, I mean, that has nothing to do with it. You know, because one of the first monsters you have to conquer is your fear of death. You have to win a fight. You have to win a fight against your fear of death. You know. Not necessarily for all time. That's a bit much. But for the moment that you're there. You thought the meaning of Job was to stand by your beliefs no matter what? Fuck no. How does that fucking say that? How does it fucking say that? I mean, Job does stand by his beliefs, but he's still punished. Stand by your beliefs, so what? Like, what kind of psychotic asshole fucking does that to a person and say, yeah, sure, I'm rewarding you for your faith? Fuck you. I mean, they always say, oh, it's about standing by your beliefs no matter what. But, like, no, it doesn't. I guess if you don't care about any of Job's family, why they have to suffer? Oh, I guess they weren't sufficiently faithful? Like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, fighting the fear of death is harder than fighting death. Yeah, absolutely. 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 Yeah, one of the popes is named Pizza Balla. Yeah. One of the potential popes' name is Pizza Balla. I'm kind of I find that entertaining. Oh. You're nearly done with the Crow miniature. Oh, good. You thought Pizza Balla was Pizza Balls, but it's Pizza Dance. Well, I guess we'll find out. Man. Yeah, we went on an old journey tonight. Yeah, we went on an old journey. What's my opinion on Socrates? He was right about some things, wrong about others. That's about what I could say at the moment. He figures 85% gloss black paint. Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, man. All right. I think it's probably about time I peace out for a little bit. I will see you all again on Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, same Satan time, same Satan channel. Until then, Ave Satas Disco Inferno. And remember, Satan, I love you all very much. Good night.